And I'm here to tell you, if you will go home and you will continue to stand with us every day and you will continue to do your part and you will begin to become active in your local communities at the state level, everybody here from all these different states should return home and immediately get online, go to the websites, and volunteer to lead in your state, to lead in your county. Because every county needs leadership of this type. Every state needs leadership of this type. It needs people who will find a way to get done what cannot be done. Can we save this country right now? Can we turn it around? My answer to you is, if I look at all of the facts and I run the statistics and I call an actuary over at EIG, they will say, statistically speaking, it cannot be done. We're too far gone. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I've spent a lifetime doing things that can't be done. And so have most of you. Right? I've been into places I wasn't supposed to get out of alive, and here I am. And so have you. But what we learned was two things. There's two very important things. And one of the reasons why we decided to go, even on short notice, on Veterans Day is this. There are a lot of good patriots out there and a lot of good patriot organizations. There are a lot of good patriots out there in Christian organizations. Not so many in the media yet, but we're working on that. But the best patriots in America to lead this country back to freedom and liberty is the veteran community itself. Nobody else in this country has what it takes to lead this nation back to where it belongs than the people who have volunteered to spill blood to make sure that every human being in this country knows freedom. The patriot groups won't necessarily work with each other. They won't follow necessarily each other. I'd like to know who came up with the idea that the Tea Party should be like a starfish, by the way, because starfish get eaten by seagulls. Starfish are not very tough and they're not very fast either. Okay? But the fact is, we have to begin to coalesce. Not as Tea Partiers and 912ers and We the Peoples, but as Americans. Okay? We need to begin to coalesce. We need to begin to talk to one another. We need to begin to invite each other in to what we're doing and what is in the best interest of this nation. And we need to stop all of the focus on that upon which we disagree and place all of the emphasis on that which we agree. Because without that, I'm here to tell you, the odds are very steep against us saving freedom and liberty in this country. The odds are not currently in our favor, and today is about changing those odds. But the way those odds change is when something in you changed while you were here that causes you to go back home and make sure that something in your community changes. And that people, 1, then 2, then 4, then 10, begin to change and look at your own community different. Because let me tell you what America is. We've had a lot of great speakers, a lot of great statements about what America is, but let me tell you what America is. America is a bunch of small communities. And the nation is never, ever going to be any stronger than any one of those local communities. Our weakest link is always going to be our biggest problem in this country. And so this revolution, counter-revolution, call it what you want to call it. There is a revolution taking place on our country today, and we're here to stop it, beginning today. But the way that happens is you cannot be passive, you must be active. You cannot do it alone. We must do it together. And that must start today. Tomorrow's not soon enough. Today and every other day. I ask you all to join with us, not just today, and thank you for coming, but tomorrow when you get back home, and next week, and next month. I looked through this crowd, and I know a lot of these faces, by the way. Some of them I've known for quite a while, Mickey Booth and others. Some of these people have been doing this day in, day out, around the clock, almost like they're obsessed. Imagine that, obsessed with saving freedom. What a terrible thing to be. But that's what we are. My wife and kids, they say, I don't understand, Dad, but I know you got to go. And I don't always want to. But you got to. Over the last 3 years, I've probably quit 300 or 400 times. I would say. And the next morning I get up and I go right back to doing what I do. Okay? Because you gotta. It's in there. You know it. If it wasn't in your heart, you wouldn't be standing here today. It's just that simple. What we have to do, though, is we got to begin to fill this out. The next event we have will be for one of two purposes. We will not have, Patriots Union will not have another event like today. We will not. Unless one or two situations. This is the last time we will come to list our grievances in a large gathering peacefully. I'm telling you that now.